Alright. Considering the success of Snog, Marry, Avoid, I thought I should do something else involving films, and films I own. The entire point of this is to try and decide what the best Blu-ray, what the best film, anyway, that I own is. Also, I'm drinking alcohol because I'm about to go out to town. I thought, might as well start the pranks here. I'll become such a lad on this channel. I've got a list of about 37 films that I need to narrow down to 16, so I'm going to skim through that really quickly, probably do like a time lapse, and through that I will try and start this off. Okay. Right, so now it goes to round of 16. I've managed to narrow it down to this very detailed and beautiful looking list. Remainees are in the round of 16. Did the camera just die? The Social Network, The Shining, Kill Bill, Kingsman, Forrest Gump, Fight Club, Monsters Inc., 500 Days of Summer, Birdman, Shawshank, Whiplash, Force Awakens, Scott Pilgrim, Dark Knight, Submarine. So the first battle is Social Network versus Monsters Inc. Social Network's won. Next is Dark Knight versus The Shining. Dark Knight wins. See, this is quick. This is easy. When I'm being brutal and when I'm... Okay, I've forgotten a bottle opener for this one. Next up is 500 Days of Summer versus Submarine. Now, I think those are two quite similar films in some regards. Like, they would be films, if you said you've just seen 500 Days of Summer, I would suggest go see Submarine, because that's on somewhat the same wavelength. Both about kind of bittersweet love. Now, Richard Ayoade is one of my idols, so for that reason I am going to put Submarine through. Kill Bill versus Birdman. I really like Kill Bill because it's both fun, I really like the female protagonist, but Birdman is probably my top 5, and so for that reason Kill Bill has unfortunately gone. Citizen Kane versus Kingsman. So that's, that's a weird mix of films. I'm gonna put Citizen Kane through. I'm sorry, Kingsman. Kingsman is a great film. It is solid, its structure is fun, it has the most incredible low frame rate shots, blow my mind every time. Shawshank Redemption versus Forrest Gump. Any other day of the week, I'd say Shawshank Redemption, but there is something about Forrest Gump that just keeps on giving. And look, I am wearing a Bubba Gump Shrimp Company t-shirt today. I feel like I have to give it to Forrest Gump. Okay, we've got Whiplash now versus Fight Club. Good lord. Whiplash, it was one of the best films of its year. It and Birdman were the best films of 2014, in my opinion. They were just mind-bogglingly fantastic for completely different reasons, even if they did both feature some form of drums. Then again, Fight Club, it's, is it 15 years old? It's over 10 years, because I've got the 10-year anniversary. It might be 1999, I think? Only because it's older, and it's had time to mature. Mature. As it's got time to get older, I'm going to give Fight Club the merit over Whiplash on this occasion. Next up, Force Awakens versus Scott Pilgrim. Okay, Force Awakens, the best sci-fi film for such a long time, being that it took the old and gave it a nice neat bow and then introduced the new. I'm really sorry, editing Sam, for waffling so much. I'm going to go with Scott Pilgrim because... Good lord. Okay, now we're on the quarterfinals. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go front to back. So Scott Pilgrim is immediately going up against Social Network. Oh god. For me, Social Network is the better film. It's one of my favourite directors, David Fincher. It's one of my favourite themes, being it's this dark, psycho, analytical criticism on the creator of Facebook and all the suing and all the trust and friendships, and it has so many lovely moments. Scott Pilgrim could be the opposite. It is so positive, happy, upbeat, good. Well, the ending's not great, but overall that film is more uplifting. It's what you'd want to watch if you're in a good mood, whereas Social Network is a film you want to watch when you want to think. So for that reason, Scott Pilgrim has unfortunately knocked out one of my top 3 films. This game, man. This game, it's mad, it's crazy. Subscribe. Dark Knight versus Fight Club? Yeah, Dark Knight versus Fight Club. So, I'm gonna give it to Dark Knight. My reasoning, Dark Knight is Batman. Forrest Gump versus Submarine, Forrest Gump. And now we've got the last of the quarterfinals, Birdman versus Citizen Kane. Ooh, I have no idea where this is gonna go. I really don't know. This is probably... Shit the bed. No, I'm really regretting it already, but it's happened. I've made the decision, Birdman's gone through it. We're left in the semi-finals now with The Dark Knight, Birdman, Forrest Gump, and Scott Pilgrim. Forrest Gump versus Dark Knight. I'm gonna go with Forrest Gump. Again, it's not rigged, I promise you. Birdman versus Scott Pilgrim. I've seen Scott Pilgrim the most recently out of probably all these films, and I guess that gives it a slight vested interest, because it's fresh in my mind. Birdman's always fresh in my mind. Birdman is love, and Birdman is life. Birdman. Sorry, Scott Pilgrim. Birdman is... it's too important to me. So the final of the Ultimate Blu-ray Battle, is that what it's called? The Ultimate Blu-ray is between Birdman and Forrest Gump. Leave your opinion in the comments below. I'm joking. Forrest Gump gets a very deservedly second place to one of the most influential films in my personal life. Birdman takes the win. I give Birdman the Ultimate Blu-ray title. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your Ultimate Blu-ray. Alright, I'm done now. That's all I'm going to do today. Goodbye.